Has there ever been an instance where a client has created stories or a metaphor to convey their values and their vision, or any time when they were able to discuss their strategic goals with their team to create everyone, bring them on the same page, or someone from our Global Coaching Lab team itself who was able to speak better with a client or create a bond with somebody or solve an internal conflict? Any examples like that where you had suggested this to someone and it really impacted, it made a difference?
Certainly. So what you're asking is, has there been an opportunity where people outside me, I mean, could be my team member or people, I mean, that I've
Your
worked with,
coach.
who
Yeah,
have benefited and leveraged storytelling
exactly.
and the metaphors, etc., to create the narratives, right? That's what you're.
Exactly.
Yes, wonderful. I think many instances, I should say, Meenakshi, and that is also the reason why as an organization, we have started to express ourselves or connect, get relatability to what we do and to our people using the power of stories. And that's why you'll see a lot of campaigns that we have curated, I think, from 2022 onwards.
Yes, yes.
I think so that helps customers or prospective people whom you've never met, who want to know us a little better and to connect with us, or to say, I read this and therefore I know you a little better, or I heard this and I know you a little better. So that's the power the stories have created for us and our organization. And if I have to give a few instances, uh, the the kinds of stories that
Right.
leaders have shared about their journey translated into our research, the Women of the World in Leadership, which is and therefore helping us come up with a very beautiful leadership model called the Sacred Corridor of Leadership. It
Oh,
came it out of all the stories that we were able to get by asking the right questions to our
right.
leaders. It's about helping them to reflect. So giving whenever when we have these conversations, where during the time we did the research, lots of stories emerged, and those
Right.
stories, when put together for a collective good, becomes a very strong piece of guiding source and light for not only us but for many people who can follow that path. When I look at my team members, they are able to associate with each other. I mean, using the stories that we started narrating, using certain
Right.
hashtags, certain things. So now we know why that person does that or why the person behaves better. And now these stories have also helped them to reconnect with themselves better, so that they're able to have a better conversation. So when, let's say, even if it's a customer conversation, they're able to say, hey, I'm able to relate to what they're seeing in the customer organization, and they're able to fluidly narrate certain instances. And it comes with
Right.
practice. Storytelling, which is which at a personal level need to be built as a basis for fluidity of business stories to emerge. For example, if you are narrating a story, if you are not the creator of the story, it will look very contrived when you're narrating it with a client.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
or if you have a beautiful story, an authentic customer experience, or an authentic experience that you have had, and if you are not narrating it clearly, then that is a travesty. If it is not utilized to provide an example, or it is not utilized to make a difference to the conversation or make a difference to another person, it's a wasted effort, wasted um, resource which you can powerfully
Yeah.
use to make a difference. So, in such instances, learning the art of coming together and narrating stories started as a marketing effort for us. And when we say marketing, it was because as a smaller organization, you are only looking to say, how do I create relatability and relevance in the eyes of people, right?
Mhm.
And and you want to do it in a genuine, authentic manner. And that is how it motivated us to say, hey, the best way for people to know us is through who we are. It is not the work we do, or it is not the mountains we moved for a customer. It is about our values, our strengths, our way of thinking, our vulnerabilities. All of that needs to come out in a related manner, not to just go out there and talk something or write a narrative unless it is not connected to a context. So contextualizing things, narrating them so that people understand the power of your experience and story becomes important. So what started as an internal effort, and it needs to be consciously developed and consistently practiced. And that's when you will see it needs to be a systemic effort. I mean, if people are part of a system, if the system is not recognizing it, or system is not appreciating it, or the system is not being part of that of the journey, then it becomes a very unilateral effort or very isolated effort. So storytelling
Right.
needs to be part of a fabric for a system.